Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Were the Dodgers right in re-signing Justin Turner? And is it time to replace him at third base? More on that in just a second. But quick reminder for all the latest Dodgers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. I want your grade for Justin Turner for the 2021 season. And also, is it time to replace JT at third base? Let me know down below. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So the report cards are in. We've got grades for the Dodgers 2021 third baseman.
Here's my report card. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
So before we get into the grades, let's break down our grading scale once again. A equals elite, B equals baller, C equals average, and D equals dude get it together, and F equals hashtag fail. You know we got to start with Justin Turner. JT was back in 2021. A lot of us were scared maybe he would sign with the Brewers or another team. He ends up re-signing with the Dodgers, and he had an up and down season, and we're going to break it down. You know I bring my facts to the fight, so let's take a deep dive into JT's 2021 season. So Red Turn 2 returned to the Dodgers in 2021 after signing that 2-year, $34 million contract that includes a club option for 2023 as well. But in 2021, a really nice year for JT. And if you look at his third baseman ranks for last season, he had a .271 batting average, that was fourth, .361 on base percentage, that was third, a .471 slug, that was good for ninth, hit 27 home runs, that was also good for ninth, had 87 ribbies, that was good for eighth, had a .358 WOBA, that was good for fourth, had a .127 WRC plus, that was also fourth, finished with 4 F4, that was good for seventh, and you saw those power numbers go up in 2021. He matched his career high with 27 home runs. He set a new career high with 87 RBIs. You saw his isolated power go up from 153 in 2020 to 193 last season. His strikeout rate was at 16%. His walk percentage was at 10%. His batting average on balls in play was at .292. That was down from .347 last season. And one of the big takeaways from his regular season was the fact that he tied his career high with 151 games played, and he led the Dodgers with 612 plate appearances. And JT talked about it before this season, how a lot of the media members' knock on him was that he couldn't stay on the field. So he was looking lean and mean to start the year. He did the whole 30 diet. He was slim and trim. Maybe he has a Bowflex or something like that. I have no idea, but he was in great shape to start the season, and he was durable for most of the regular season, but we'll talk about what happened in the postseason in just a second. But he got off to a really nice start. In the month of April, he had .330, .409, .596, had 6 home runs in the first month of the season. Now, he had hit just 3 home runs in 480 plate appearances for his entire career in the month of April. So a strong start for JT, and then he did have a rough May. In the month of May, he slashed .213, .302, .330, had a .632 OPS, a .78 WRC plus, but then he picked it back up in the month of June. In June, he slashed .317, .429, .488, had a .916 OPS, 3 bombs, had a .154 WRC plus, and then had an even better July where he slashed .326, .402, .584, had a .986 OPS with 165 WRC plus. So that earned him another All-Star game appearance, the second of his career. In the All-Star game, he went 1 for 2, had a single, and unfortunately, JT didn't play like an All-Star for the final 2 months of the season. Couldn't really sustain that strong start. The last couple months of the season, he ended up slashing .241, .311, .414, had a .97 WRC plus, hit 8 home runs, had 26 RBIs. So if you compare those numbers to the first 4 months of the season, you see the drop off. From April 1st to the end of July, JT slashed .295, .385, .499, had a .141 WRC plus, hit 19 home runs, had 61 RBIs, and you see that WRC plus go from 141 for the first 4 months to 97 for the last 2 months. And then there was his postseason, which was the worst postseason of his career. Now, let me remind you, Justin Justin Turner is the Dodgers' all-time postseason leader. Hits with 83, home runs with 13, RBIs with 42. We can go on and on and on. He is the leader in so many different statistical categories, but he just didn't have it last October. He ended up slashing 118, 211, 206, went 4 for 34, did have that big home run in the wild card game, but no extra base hits after that. And then, of course, he goes down in Game 4 of the NLDS with that hammy, and we never saw him again for the rest of the season. And also, he was below average defensively. He finished with a minus 1.1 defensive runs above average. That was good for 19th. He finished minus 9 in defensive runs saved. That was good for 25th. Had 20 errors. That was tied for 9th most. Had a 948 fielding percentage, which was good for 24th. But you see him losing a step at the hot corner. So a strong start for Justin Turner. Nice to see him make another all-star team. But unfortunately, he did fade down the stretch and wasn't able to come through in the postseason. He does go down with that injury. But still, if you look at his season as a whole, he was one of the better offensive third basemen in all of Major League Baseball in 2021. So you saw he did fade down the stretch, but JT definitely gave me two of my favorite Dodger moments of the season. First, it was the Nacho Bomb. Boom! Justin Turner says, John Gray, it's Nacho Day. Take some deep for a home run, and we've got a cheese bomb right here. Imagine going to a Dodger game and Justin Turner's home run ball ends up jalapeno nachos, jalapeno face. There's nacho debris everywhere.
Nacho, Nacho, man. I want to be a Nacho, man.
Then Nacho just come flying off his jacket, but he's like, I did it. I'm cheesy, but it's all Gouda. I got Justin Turner's home run ball. He's feeling like a champ right there. And just look at how cheesy that baseball is, man. It looks like it got lost at a Cheetos factory or something.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
And here's the man of the hour taking pictures with the ball. Say cheese. And the other one was when Justin Turner made his major league pitching debut, and it went great. You don't believe me? Just go to Google and search Justin Turner's ERA. I'll wait for it. And yes, 0.00 ERA. Shohei Ohtani, who? No, Shohei O'Turner. And I think that it was a great debut for JT. If I had the greatest pitching, I'm going to have to give him an A, rocking those shades on the mound. But for his grade for the 2021 season, I'm going to give him a B. B equals baller. He was still one of the better offensive third basemen in all of Major League Baseball. I still think it was worth signing him to that 2-year, $34 million contract. One, because he is an iconic Dodger, and two, we saw he can still produce at a high level. We saw that in the first half. My only wish is that we had the DH in 2021 like we did in 2020 and like we're probably going to have in 2022. That way, maybe JT doesn't get injured in the postseason. He does give you those clutch base hits that we're accustomed to seeing from him, but that wasn't the case. He goes down with that hammy, and he was done. So I think that was a major factor. And then there's defensively. I gave you the numbers earlier. He definitely struggled mightily at times. There's no question that he has lost a step, and at some point, the Dodgers are going to have to improve at that position. Last year, the Dodgers defense wasn't very impressive across the board for the most part. I think that Justin Turner, his time is ticking as a Major League Baseball third baseman, and it's not like he's the worst third baseman in the world or anything like that. He still can get it done, but it's about keeping him healthy because your best ability is your availability. And we saw he was not available in the 2021 postseason at the end. And ideally, next season, we see him get the lion's share of the reps at the DH spot, because if he is having 612 plate appearances next year and the lion's shares of those are coming with him playing at third base, I don't think that's going to bode well for the postseason. I think there is going to be a chance that he would break down playing the third base position for the entire year. So I'm hoping that next season we see less JT at third base and more JT at DH. Now, who might get some more reps at third base next season for the Dodgers? Well, if you look at last season, Chris Taylor, 9 starts, 11 appearances, 81 innings. Zach McKinstry, 6 starts, 12 appearances, 65 innings. Edwin Rios, 5 starts, 6 appearances, 46 innings. And then you got Noisy, Muncy, Beatty, Andy Burns, Gavin Lux. Oh, and how about those 2 innings where Will Smith played the hot corner? I think that next season you could look at maybe some more Chris Taylor, but then also could explore some options. We've talked about some big-name trade possibilities, the Jose Ramirez and the Matt Chapmans. We're going to do some deep dives onto some of those in another video, but I think the Dodgers definitely have to find a way to get JT off that third base position, have him focus on what he does best, and that is being a clutch hitter at the plate and finding a way to utilize that DH that is most likely going to be adopted by the National League next season. So a B for Justin Turner as a hitter, an A++ as a pitcher last season. Now Chris Taylor, we included him with the second baseman grades, and Edwin Rios, I'm not going to go too hard on him because he was injured. He did have that shoulder injury. He did go 4 for 51 last season, hit .078, had a 354 OPS. Hopefully he can get right and give the Dodgers a boost. I want to see Babe Rios back there hitting dingers, hitting majestic bombs. But let me know down below in the comments section. Give me your grade for JT for the 2021 season. Also, do you think it was the right move to re-sign him? And also, should they move him off third base? Should they get another full-time third baseman for next season? Let me know down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. For all latest Dodgers Nation merch, head to GearUp.LA. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.